Hey guys, it's Scott here, and in this latest gameplay video I'll be playing a small portion of Tanglewood on Steam. So for those that may have forgotten, Tanglewood was originally developed as part of a Kickstarter campaign whereby the game was being developed for the SEGA MegaDrive, and it would be a physical cartridge that you could put into your SEGA MegaDrive or Sega Genesis console and play it on that actual console or third-party consoles such as the Retron 5 and so forth, in order to play it on your TV screen. But in addition to that, they did a Windows PC Steam release, which is what I am playing here. And those people that funded the Kickstarter could either ask for both digital version and the Steam key for Steam, or a physical cartridge that they got through the post. It was, in a sense, the first game to be made in a long time, specifically for the Sega Mega Drive in mind, which is why at the start of the video you may have seen some legal lines saying, you know, this product is not licensed, published or endorsed by Sega Enterprises Limited, or whatever the legal line text was. But yeah, it is a game developed originally for the Sega Mega Drive, or intentionally developed for the Sega Mega Drive back in 2017, 2018, and released a couple of months back. But now it's also available for Steam. It may have been released at the same time for Steam as well. Should have really looked up a bit on the actual information for this game before starting to narrate this video, but that's always part of the fun. So Tanglewood is a platforming style adventure game, as you can see here. And after the brief introductory cutscene, which we just saw a moment ago, you're thrown directly into the game itself. It reminds me of a lot of Echo the Dolphin, where after the cutscene, it just throws you into the game with no real objective or idea of what you're supposed to do. There's no real tutorial screens, you just have to get on and do it, where, as you can see, I haven't got a clue what I'm supposed to be doing. I know that when I jump on a mushroom, it shoots me up into the air. I know later on in the video that if I land in the hole there, it shoots me up into the sky, and which by accident I then learn that I can then progress forward through the world. So this gameplay video isn't going to be particularly long. It's only going to be about 20 minutes or so, mostly because I kept dying or getting lost or confused on where I'm supposed to go. But how it sort of works is that each sort of area is a separate sort of area that you can go to, and once you reach the end of that area, it then transitions to the next area. You do have enemies, but you can't defeat them by jumping on them like in Mario or Sonic or Rice Star or anything like that. You have to lure them to an area and then drop a boulder on them, or for smaller enemies you just basically have to jump and avoid them. Maybe later on you can avoid those enemies or kill them enemies with special abilities. I haven't got that far into the game just yet, but it is a pretty difficult platforming exploration adventure game. As I say, the first 20 minutes that I'm playing through in this video here, it felt longer than 20 minutes. It didn't seem as enjoyable as I thought it was going to be. My initial impression was that it's going to be a bit like Sonic the Hedgehog or Rice Star or Rayman, where you just scroll from left to right, defeating enemies or completing little puzzles. So the puzzles that are here in this particular game, as you just saw there, you have to move basically what look like yellow fluff balls to various locations. Once they are there in that location, you can press the action button and your character will absorb a power-up. So there's various different power-ups that you encounter. In this particular video you'll see two different types of power-ups. One power-up is a yellow power-up that turns your fox into more like a flying squirrel, and then there's also a green power-up that turns time or stops time so that you can walk past enemies and then lure them elsewhere. So how it works is once you've moved the yellow fluff ball to the sort of lamp type thing that it looks like in that area, it'll then absorb the power, and then you can absorb that power to, you know, use it. You then have to find where you're supposed to go with it, and then basically use that power to fly across, especially for the yellow one. When you use the green one, which we will see later on in this video, you'd have to use it to stop time, to then get past an enemy, to then jump across and move a boulder across and destroy it. But yeah, that's pretty much it from the sort of puzzling gameplay aspects. And like I say, the whole idea, or what I thought the whole idea of the concept was for this game, is basically go from left to right, jump across all different platforms, avoiding the enemies to get somewhere. It's a very weird game concept in my mind. Like, the concept is sound and solid, but it doesn't really give you an incentive to play or progress forward. Maybe I was expecting too much from it, maybe I wasn't expecting enough, maybe I don't know what the game was trying to achieve before I jumped into it. It could be a combination of all those things, but yeah, basically I quickly became a bit bored and confused on what I was supposed to be doing. There's very little in terms of going off on screen. There isn't really anything entertaining or incentive to just keep on going. It's just keep on exploring until you get to the next area and then rinse and repeat. There's no information on telling you where to go, what to do, where to go next. You have to learn how to play and then figure out where you need to go. So there's quite a lot of bit of exploration. Maybe that's just because that's not the type of platforming experience that I want, but it's there if you want to enjoy it. So with that being said, I will just shut up for the time being and you can enjoy the rest of this gameplay video of Tanglewood. So there we have it, as a bit of an idea of what you can expect from Tanglewood, which is available to download on Steam for Windows PC.